The Hoover complex, right across from City Hall.
Yes.
Some people, I think most people, think that a nice job's been done along Maple Street side of that complex. Maybe not so nice on the part that faces City Hall. What's Darrell Revolt's look at the future on that part of the project?
All I can say is this. There's $5.5 million public dollars in that project. $500,000 came from the city. Another $5 million came through a Job Ready Site grant that the city won. The current status of Hoover is unacceptable. Unacceptable.
It's unacceptable, but based on your experience, especially with your very strong history of economic development, you're going to bring something very beneficial towards thinking outside the box and get that thing moving?
We're going to try.
Okay.
You know, I mean, to be honest, the paths are the options are fairly limited. But I think we need the support of the Stark Development Board. We need the support of the Canton Repository. We need the support of this new Stark Economic Strategy Coalition that is formed. This is the city's principal economic development project. It is semi-failed. This thing has been hanging for a decade. And we need to get it moving. And the reason is that if we can make that a success, then we may see further development, particularly in the core, that will provide jobs and revenue for the city.
Recently, North Canton flirted with the notion of doing a CETA with Canton, Plain Township, and Jackson. And my take is that most of council wanted that to happen, but the mayor took a very strong stand against it. I think, if my memory serves me correctly, he threatened to veto it if council went ahead. Where did you stand on that particular project, even though you weren't on council?
I didn't look at the particular details, but my position is really simple. You have to look at the details of the CETA contract. You look at the geography, you look at the jobs within it, and more importantly, you have to look at the responsibilities that are assigned to the various governmental entities under the agreement. So, for example, if the city is required to repave Everhard Road and Whipple Road in the CETA, you can literally calculate what the costs are going to be. Does your anticipated revenue equal or exceed the cost of the paving?
It's a simple computation.
It's a simple computation. And unfortunately, I'm not sure in that particular instance the numbers worked very well. And because, again, the assignment of duties didn't favor the city. And at the end of the day, you've got to have police, you've got to have fire EMS, you've got to have paving, you've got to have snow removal. All of those have a price tag. And the challenge for everyone is to produce a surplus, not a deficit.
What do you see North Canton evolving towards down the road? North Canton is pretty much locked in on all sides. Is that a correct assessment?
Yeah, I mean, I think it could still grow through annexation. I don't anticipate that occurring. There is some growth potential. I think the real opportunity for the city might be in its redevelopment of its central core. And with that, I could see or envision redevelopment of some of its very old housing stock that might be adjacent to Main Street. I have seen this occur in my daughter's neighborhood in Brookhaven, Georgia, just as one of the suburbs of Atlanta, where the old street has just been completely redeveloped with commercial and residential activity.
And